words and sentences into equations. Okay, now these are not going to be extremely complicated equations, but it can be difficult going from the verbal side of your brain to the numerical side of your brain. Sometimes they don't communicate with each other, right? And that's just how it is. Numbers are like a language. And like any language, it needs to be developed early. So if it's not innate to humankind. We don't grow up as babies innately knowing numbers, just like we don't innately know how to speak. We got to learn that, right? So sometimes the verbal and numerical side don't really communicate well with each other. And that's why word problems are tough. Okay, so we're going to go ahead through this, and then we'll finish up with another word problem. All right, so we're looking at number 1, and we have this word sum. I'm going to call on somebody. The word sum. Daniel, what's the word sum mean? If you sum a bunch of numbers, Daniel, what does that mean?
What all the numbers like equal? Like
okay,
together.
So equal. What operation are you doing? What are you doing to the numbers? Adding. Bingo. So sum means add. Okay, so that's what we're doing here. We're going to add something. Now, what are we going to add? Notice the two things we're adding connected by the and. Jack, what's twice a number? What does that mean?
2x.
2x. So twice means to multiply. Twice something we don't know. So we're going to go 2x. Okay. And notice that the word is means equals. So the 2x plus the 4 equals negative 19. Right? Okay. And now we got 2, the word difference. We got the, Sarah, what's the word difference mean? Sarah, what's the word difference mean? Okay. Vi, what's the word difference mean?
It's the number that, okay, so take two numbers and subtract them and you get the difference.
Bingo. It means to subtract them. That's right, exactly. So very well explained. All right, now notice it's telling you 3 times. So that means 3 times this number that we don't know. So we're going to have 3x, and then we're going to minus the 4. The word and is telling you the 2 numbers subtract. Okay, it's okay. Thanks for the chat. I understand. Thanks for letting me know. And it says is minus 19. And I realized what I did up top. I looked at the second problem. So it should have equaled 75 on top. All right, so here's that problem. Okay. And so now we got number 3. All right, and number 3, it has this word quotient. The word quotient. Jeremy, what's the word quotient mean?
The word what?
Quotient. The Q word. Yeah.
Doesn't it have to do with something like with division?
Bingo. That's it. So we're dividing, and it says 8 plus, and then what we're dividing is the number and 3. So we're going to have 8 plus some number we don't know variable and 3, and it says that is negative 2. Now I'm always using x. That's just a habit. But we could use any variable we want. You know, maybe you like the letter A. Maybe you like the letter K. A variable represents a number. It doesn't really matter what the letter is. Okay, so yes, quotient means divide, and top divided by bottom. That's why the 3 is on the bottom. Okay, now I'm just going to point this out. Notice the difference between 5 and 6. 5, it says 6 times the sum. So you're multiplying the entire sum of a number in 15. So that's going to be 6 outside parentheses. And I'm just going to use the variable n just to be different in 15. And that says it is minus 42. And then notice number 6, it's saying 4 times the difference. So the entire difference is multiplied by 4. So that means 4 outside parentheses. And I'm just going to use the letter m. The difference means the number in 7, and then that equals 12. So when it says 6 times the sum, that basically means 6 times parentheses. And when it says 4 times the sum, that difference, that means 4 times parentheses. And that's the difference. Okay? All right, so let me take a sip of agua. All right, so we've got one more thing to do, and then we'll see where we go from there as far as that goes.